There is a real diamond sitting in a Walmart right now, under those flat fluorescent lights, somewhere between the motor oil and the breakfast cereal. Not a fake, not a cubic zirconia, a genuine diamond, every bit as real as the one glowing in a velvet box at the mall for 10 times the money. And a few feet away, on that very same shelf, sits a ring that will turn your finger green before the month is out. Same glass case, same famous logo, both with the word diamond somewhere on the tag. So can you actually walk into the world's largest retailer and leave with real jewelry? Or is the whole counter a tourist trap dressed up as a deal? The reflexive answer is no. Walmart equals cheap, cheap equals junk, conversation over. That reflex is exactly what the jewelry industry is counting on. Because inside that glass case, between the bargain bin chains and the plastic trays, sit a handful of pieces that quietly outperform jewelry priced 4 and 5 times higher in any mall in America. And less than 3 feet away, on the same shelf, sit pieces that should never touch your skin. Today, we walk that aisle with the eye of somebody who spent years on the other side of a real counter. 4 buys you can make with full confidence. 5 you should pass without slowing down. The last item on the avoid list is the single most expensive mistake American couples make in this category, and almost nobody sees it coming. One thing first, because it changes how the whole department reads. Walmart sells 2 completely different kinds of jewelry under one roof. The in-house line is called Brilliance Fine Jewelry, curated, real specifications, real materials. The other half is Walmart Marketplace, third-party sellers listing whatever they want with almost no gatekeeping. One is a jewelry department. The other is a flea market behind the same logo. Telling them apart is the entire game. Start with the wins. Worth buying, number 1. Lab-grown diamond stud earrings starting around $30. Read that again. $30. Real lab-grown diamond studs from the Brilliance line. At that price, you are getting a small, classic, simple stud. Nothing flashy, nothing carat-heavy. But understand what you are actually holding. A lab-grown diamond is not a simulant, not cubic zirconia, not moissanite. It is a diamond. Identical crystal structure, identical hardness on the Mohs scale, identical optical behavior. The only thing that changed is the address where it grew. For a starter pair, a gift, a teenager's first real piece, a backup set that lives in a gym bag without keeping you awake at night, this is one of the most honest pieces of jewelry on sale in America right now. Plain prongs, white gold or sterling, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy can go wrong. Worth buying, number 2. Sterling silver basics. Plain hoops, simple chains, classic bands. Walmart carries unbranded sterling pieces stamped 925, which legally guarantees 92.5% pure silver. That stamp is not a logo. It is a federally regulated purity mark. And once you see it, you are looking at actual precious metal instead of plated brass wearing a costume. Sterling does not turn your neck green. It does not flake. It tarnishes, but tarnish lifts off with a polishing cloth in about 30 seconds. The math is simple. You are paying close to the metal's real weight value, not for a designer story stapled to a hang tag. A sterling chain from this aisle and the same gauge sterling chain from a mall jeweler are physically the same product. One of them is also funding the lease, the spotlights, and the salesperson on commission. Worth buying, number 3. Lab-grown diamond tennis bracelets, around $330. The tennis bracelet has historically been one of the most aggressively marked up classics in the trade. The same style with mined stones at a traditional retailer slides easily into 4 figures, and a huge slice of that ticket is paying for the mining story, not what wraps your wrist. The Brilliance lab-grown version delivers identical chemistry, the same continuous line of stones, the same flash across a candlelit table, for a fraction of the price. Walk into a mall jeweler chasing that exact look, and the markup is often 10 times higher for a bracelet a chemist could not distinguish from this one. What you are really choosing between is the product and the narrative attached to it. Worth buying. Number 4. 10 and 14 karat gold chains with a visible hallmark. Gold does not stop being gold because the register says Walmart. A 10 karat chain is roughly 41 and 2/3% pure gold. A 14 karat chain is 58 and 1/3% pure gold. Federal law requires both purities to be stamped if sold as gold in the United States, and you can verify that stamp standing right at the case before anything leaves the counter. The price tracks weight and carat, which is exactly how gold has always been priced for buyers who knew what they were doing. Solid gold carries a resale floor. Plated has none. You are buying material that holds value instead of a story that evaporates the moment you cross the parking lot. If this is changing how you read that aisle, hit the like button and subscribe. The next half is where it gets uncomfortable. The same case that just handed you 4 legitimate wins is also hiding 5 traps that send people home with something they should have left untouched. And the last one is a mistake almost every American couple makes at least once. Crossing the aisle now. Avoid number 1. The composite diamond ring. Listed online around $185, styled in a halo cluster that, in the photograph, mimics the silhouette of one substantial center stone framed by accents. Here is what composite actually means in this context. Multiple tiny diamond chips are physically glued or set together inside a single, shared mounting to fake the visual footprint of one larger gem. Each individual fragment can be smaller than a grain of sand. Yes, it is technically real diamond, in the same way a handful of gravel is technically real road. There is no usable carat weight in any single stone. There is no resale value. There is no clean repair when a chip drops out, because the replacement will never match the rest. Composite is clever vocabulary for the cheapest possible way to fit the word diamond onto a price tag. Avoid number 2. Marketplace listings advertising 18 karat gold plating. This is third-party territory, rotating storefronts you have never heard of, names you have never heard of, surfacing and vanishing inside the same platform. They are not Walmart. They are renting Walmart's traffic. And the phrase 18 karat gold-plated is one of the most deceptive constructions in the entire industry. It sounds like 18 karat gold. It is not even close. Plating is a microscopically thin film of gold deposited onto a base metal core, usually brass, sometimes a mystery alloy. The actual gold inside most plated pieces is worth less than a single dollar. The coating wears through within months on anything that brushes against it, rings and bracelets first. Once it goes, there is no fixing it. Replating costs more than the piece. 18 karat solid and 18 karat plated are not cousins. They are entirely different products wearing the same sentence. Avoid number 3. Trusting incentivized review counts as proof of quality. Walmart, to its credit, does label reviews that came through compensated programs. The tag is small, easy to scroll past, but it is there. An incentivized review means the buyer got the product free, discounted, or in exchange for something. Not automatically dishonest, but it cannot be blended into the average and treated as the same signal as a stranger who paid full price. A listing parked at 4.8 stars routinely collapses once you filter incentivized out and read only verified, uncompensated buyers. Before you tap Add to Cart on anything in this department, scroll past the headline number, open the filter, and read what people who actually spent their own money said. The picture sharpens immediately. Avoid number 4. Anything labeled gold tone. 2 words, 1 warning. Gold tone means no gold. It is the legally compliant way of saying this object is a base metal painted or coated to look the color of gold. There is no carat stamp on it because there is nothing to measure. The phrase exists because retailers cannot call something gold when there is no measurable gold in it, so they invented a vocabulary that still looks like gold to a tired shopper at 9 in the evening. Gold tone, silver tone, anything tone, all of it tarnishes, flakes, turns skin green, and lasts about as long as 1 season of weather. That category belongs on the shelf, not on your body. Avoid number 5, the big one. The engagement ring. This one is not a shot at Walmart. It is a shot at the idea that the most loaded piece of jewelry a person will ever wear should be picked up the way you pick up paper towels. An engagement ring carries weight no $30 stud will ever carry. It needs proper sizing for the finger it is going on. It needs a setting matched to the way the wearer actually lives, not the way a model holds her hand in a photograph. It needs documentation on the center stone. And above everything else, it needs a real human jeweler who will resize it, tighten the prongs every couple of years, replace a lost accent, and stand behind the piece for the next several decades. None of that exists at a counter pushing thousands of transactions through it every day. Walmart is excellent at commodity jewelry. A proposal is not a commodity. The smartest move, and this is the hybrid play I push more than any other, is to buy your everyday chain or your lab-grown studs here, then walk every saved dollar straight to an independent local jeweler for the ring that matters. Get the relationship. Get the certification. Get the person who will remember your name when you walk back in 5 years to clean it before your anniversary. Here is the part that ties it all together, and it is the same lesson every honest look at this industry lands on. The metal does not care what logo is on the building. A stamped 14-karat chain is exactly as real under Walmart's lights as it is under a chandelier in a boutique, and a lab-grown diamond does not lose a single atom of its sparkle because it was rung up next to the groceries. What changes from store to store is not the material. It is the markup, the marketing, and the service wrapped around it. Walmart strips most of that away, which is a gift on the everyday pieces and a problem on the ones that need a human being standing behind them. Knowing which is the entire skill. Once you have it, no register in America can talk you into something you did not come for, and no fluorescent light can make a brass ring into a gold one. So here is the 3-question test for the next time you stand in front of that glass. Is it stamped with a real purity mark, 925, 10 karat, 14 karat, or labeled as lab-grown diamond from the in-house line? Is the seller Walmart itself or a third-party marketplace name you have never heard of? And is this a piece I will wear and forget, or the milestone I will look at every single day for the rest of my life? The first 2 questions decide whether the piece is real. The third decides whether it belongs at this retailer at all. The shoppers walking past that aisle without a second glance are missing 4 legitimate buys. The shoppers loading their cart without filtering are paying tuition for 5 expensive lessons. You are not in either group anymore. Drop a comment and tell me which one on the avoid list caught you off guard, or share the smartest piece of jewelry you ever pulled from a place nobody expected. Hit the like button if this saved you a purchase you would have regretted, and subscribe to Jewel Verdict for more honest breakdowns like this one. I will see you in the next aisle.